Hello, this is the first video in a series of videos from the amazing CandC collaboration. The first week is Sanrio themed, so I made these two little twin stars cupcakes and I'm going to show you how to make them. So you're going to need the cupcake mold, a cookie cutter and some tan clay, some beige clay, some blue clay, some pink clay, some purple or lilac clay, and some black clay for the face. You also need a blade to cut the clay, obviously, a toothbrush to texture, and a brush for some chalk pastels as well as chalk pastels. You also need a smoothing tool and a rolling pin to roll out your clay. So first, all you're going to do is take the lilac clay and pop it into the mold for the cupcake. You don't need to use lilac, but I thought the colour looked really nice. And then just cut off the excess with a blade. Now you're going to take your beige clay, or your tan clay rather, and make the cake part of your cupcake and pop it on top of the base. And then you're also going to texture that with a toothbrush. Make sure you texture all around the top and the sides as well to make sure that it all looks realistic. You're then going to take some chalk pastels and your brush, and you're going to shade the sides of the cupcake. Just use a light brown colour just to go around the sides of the cake. Don't shade the middle because then it won't look as realistic. It's only the edges that will look baked. Don't use too much colour as well, otherwise it'll look too burnt. You should have something that looks like this, and then you can start creating Kiki's face. So just take your beige clay and roll this out to about a couple of millimeters thick, and then use your cookie cutter to cut a circle out, so you can use it as a kind of guide to make his face. The circle is obviously too big for the cupcake, so you're going to cut around the circle to make it a kind of a face shape. It's kind of hard to explain, but I hope you can see what I'm doing by the video. Just make sure you size up the clay against the cake very often, just to make sure you're getting the right size. Then you can just place this onto the cake and use your smoothing tool just to make sure it's fixed in place, just by pressing down all around the sides of it. We're then going to take some more beige clay, roll this into a log shape, and then cut off the two rounded edges, and this will be the ears. Just place those on the sides of the face and use your smoothing tool to blend them in and make them look like they are part of Kiki's face. Next, you're going to take the blue clay and you're going to make his hair, so just roll this out to a couple of millimeters thick again, and then use the cookie cutter once more so you can get the basic shape to help you cut his hair. We're then going to create his fringe by cutting in a circular motion, like kind of a cloud shape or something around his fringe, like that. It's again hard to explain, but I hope you can see what I'm doing by the video. You're then going to place this on his head just above his ears and smooth it down with the smoothing tool to make sure it's in place properly. You're then going to take another piece of blue clay and roll this into a log shape and cut off the 2 rounded edges again, and these are going to be the 2 tufts that's on top of Kiki's head. You're just going to roll these into a kind of teardrop shape and press them on the side of one of his head. Just on one side of his head, and smooth those in with your blending tool. Before I go any further, I'm just going to clean up my charm using some nail polish remover and a piece of cotton, just because there is some dust specks on the charm. You may not be able to see them, but I could see them, so I wanted to get rid of them before I put his face on. This is very easy, just dip the cotton into the nail polish remover and then wipe it over his face and hair, just to get rid of any dust. Then you're going to take some black clay, roll this out into a thin log shape, and you're going to cut off 2 eyes and a slightly longer piece for his mouth. And you're just going to basically place these on like so. Then you can take him out of the mold just by squeezing it around gently or around the edges and popping it out of the mold very carefully. You could then add an eye pin by putting some translucent liquid Sculpey on the end of it and then sliding it into the back of the charm. And then your Kiki cupcake is done. So for the Lala cupcake, you're basically going to do the same thing, except you need an extra piece of hair on the very back just before you put her face on, because she has longer hair than Kiki. So you're basically just going to take a piece of pink clay and put this on behind the head and cut around it like so to make the same kind of pattern that made Kiki's fringe. Then you just place this on, place on the face and the hair and the facial features exactly the same as you did for Kiki. Take her out of the mold, and then you can add your eye pin in the back in the exact same way as well. And then your cupcakes are done. So I hope you enjoyed this video. This is the first of a 3-week series of videos from the amazing CandC collab. I'm going to put the links to all the other YouTubers involved in this collaboration in the description, so check them out. I'm the first one to post the video for this collab, so I'm kind of nervous, but I hope you check everybody else out as well, and I hope you look forward to the coming tutorials in the next 3 weeks. So thank you so much for watching, I hope you enjoyed, and I'll see you in my next video. Bye bye!